स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। सो आज हम करेंगे कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर, जो कि है बीबीए का 5th सेमेस्टर का मार्केटिंग का सब्जेक्ट। तो इसमें कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर में हम फर्स्ट चैप्टर करेंगे, जो है कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर एंड इंट्रोडक्शन। तो इसमें उन्होंने पहले कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर की हम मीनिंग पढ़ेंगे कि वो होता क्या है। कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट इन मार्केटिंग। इसका मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है, मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज़ मैक्सिमाइजेशन ऑफ प्रॉफिट। तो कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर हेल्प करता है मार्केटर को टू फाइंड आउट वेज ऑफ सेटिस्फाइंग कंज्यूमर बाय स्टडिंग वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ बिहेवियर। तो कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। अब हम करेंगे डेफिनेशन, जो जेम्स एफ एंजल ने बोली है। कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर रेफर्स टू द एक्शन एंड डिसीजन processes of people who purchase goods and services for personal consumption। कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर एक्शंस होते हैं या डिसीजन होते हैं जो पीपल लेते हैं while purchasing goods and services for their personal consumption। So consumer behavior is very important. If consumer is satisfied with the product, then only marketer can enhance their quality and can get more profits। Here is mentioned a decision making process of consumer। वो कैसे अपना डिसीजन लेते हैं। फर्स्ट दे नीड रिकॉग्नाइजेशन। पहले वो नीड रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं कि उस प्रोडक्ट की उन्हें ज़रूरत है या नहीं है। देन दे सर्च द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट दैट प्रोडक्ट की। देन वो इंफॉर्मेशन सर्च करते हैं उस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट के रिलेटेड। देन इवेलुएट करते हैं वो उस प्रोडक्ट को अच्छी तरह से, उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन को, एंड देन फिर वो परचेज़ करते हैं इफ़ दे हैव पॉजिटिव feedback toward that product। Then they check the usage of product। Then post purchase behavior, it means after the purchase behavior, if the consumer is satisfied with the product, with the usage of the product, they will purchase that product again, and if it is not satisfied with the product, they will never purchase that product again। So this is the decision making process of the consumer buying behavior। Now let's start with the characteristics or features of consumer behavior। So first is, it is a dynamic concept। Consumer behavior is considered as an important issue in the modern competitive marketing environment। It is based on various traits of consumers। Consumer satisfaction is necessary for the successful business operations। So consumer behavior is a dynamic concept। It means कि consumer का behavior जो है वो product to product change होता है। If one brand has high brand value than the other brand, automatically consumer will purchase the brand value which has more। Second point is, it is universal approach। It means consumers of every society have same expectations from their marketers। Same society, same consumer have same expectations। One cannot ignore the aspirations of consumer at national and international level। It means consumer buying behavior is vast। Everywhere there are consumers who prefer the same product or services। Third point is, it is a complex process। It means the marketer has to understand the expectations of different consumers at the same time। At the same time, there are different consumers who have different problems। For example, one consumer has a problem regarding brand Coca-Cola, or one consumer has a problem regarding brand Maggie। So marketer has to check the strategies accordingly and satisfy the needs of the consumer। अगर कस्टमर सेटिस्फाइड नहीं होगा तो मार्केटर का जो प्लानिंग है, उनकी जो प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट है, वो वेस्ट है, क्योंकि कस्टमर की नीड्स को फुलफ़िल करना इज़ द फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी ऑफ द मार्केटर। सो कस्टमर सेटिस्फैक्शन इज़ नॉट ईजी टास्क, इट इज़ अ वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रोसेस। Next point is multidisciplinary। Consumer behavior is a multidisciplinary approach। It includes many disciplines such as sociology, psychology, anthropology, marketing and economics। The study of all these disciplines require a lot of attention। So consumer behavior follow many disciplines, these are mentioned here। And next point is consumer oriented। Consumer behavior is a study of all those factors which are situated around the consumer। Consumer decision making process include various factors such as need recognition, information search। So basically this point says that consumer behavior should be analyzed first। Consumer should analyze all the steps one by one so that they can take the final decision and get satisfied. If next point is it include marketing decisions. Consumer behavior is the study of decision making process. As we already know, different marketing situations require specific consumer oriented decisions. Here is example of Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki has bought the concept of Nexa showroom for attracting the young and stylish customer. So Maruti Suzuki did was that he he bought the concept of Nexa showrooms for attracting the young and stylish customer, so that their customer value will increase, their market share will increase. So they take the marketing decision wisely, so that their Maruti Suzuki has increased their customer value or brand value, so that customer buying behavior can increase. Next point is it is affected by culture. Culture include the norms, knowledge, values, customs and beliefs of people, which determine their attitude and behavior towards things and people. तो दिस पॉइंट बेसिकली सेज दैट कि कंज्यूमर का जो बिहेवियर है वो कल्चर से अफेक्ट होता है। जैसा हमारा कल्चर होगा, जैसे हमारे वैल्यूज़ होंगे, बिलीव्स होंगे, वैसे ही हम बाइंग बिहेवियर करेंगे। फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल, यू वांट टू बाय अ ड्रेस फॉर अ पार्टी, सो इन योर कल्चर और इन योर फैमिली ग्रुप आपको शॉर्ट ड्रेस नहीं बाय करने देते। सो यू आई डोंट थिंक यू विल बाय दैट प्रोडक्ट इफ़ इट इज़ नॉट अलाउड एट योर प्लेस। So culture is the keyword that affect the buying behavior of the consumers. Last point is it is influenced by social class, financial position, education, employment, and other such factors of the people in the society are not equal. Some people can purchase every product according to their needs. Some are not able to buy even the urgent products for according to their needs. So social class also influence the buying behavior of the consumer, because people are socially so aware. Some are aware and some are illiterate, that they are not aware about a common product. So social class highly influence the buying behavior of the customers. So next topic is difference between consumer and customer. For the layman, the term consumer and customer can be the same, but these two terms are entirely different from each other. Consumer buy the goods and services from the angle of ultimate consumption. The consumer can be divided into two broad categories. कंज्यूमर और कस्टमर सेम नहीं है। कंज्यूमर और कस्टमर ऐसा लेमैन की लैंग्वेज में कि वो सेम हो सकते हैं, बट दे आर नॉट सेम, दे आर इंटायरली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ईच अदर। कंज्यूमर वो है जो गुड्स और सर्विसेज बाय करता है फ्रॉम एंगल ऑफ अल्टीमेट कंजम्पशन, दैट इट मीन्स कि उसने कंज्यूम करना ही करना है ऑन द स्पॉट, वो तभी बाय करेगा। कंज्यूमर कैन बी डिवाइडेड इनटू टू ब्रॉड कैटेगरीज। इंडिविजुअल कंज्यूमर्स, दीज कंज्यूमर्स बाय द प्रोडक्ट फॉर देयर पर्सनल यूज़। जो इंडिविजुअल कंज्यूमर्स होते हैं वो जो प्रोडक्ट बाय करते हैं वो अपने पर्सनल यूज़ के लिए करते हैं। अ प्रोफेसर हु हैज़ बॉट द बिलानो कार ऑफ मारुति सुजुकी फॉर गोइंग टू हिज कॉलेज विल बी कॉल्ड पर्सनल यूज़। सो हेयर इज़ एग्जाम्पल, जो प्रोफेसर है वो जो बिलानो कार यूज़ करेगा मारुति सुजुकी की गोइंग टू हिज कॉलेज, वो उसके पर्सनल यूज़ के लिए होगी, नॉट टू द अदर्स। The professor in this case will be termed as individual consumer. This consumer will not deliver the product to next consumer. I hope this point is clear. So next point is industrial consumers. Industrial consumers do not buy the product for their final consumption. Industrial consumers are not personal consumer. They are not buy their product for their final consumptions. These consumers add value to these products. These consumer can use those products or inputs in the form of pure raw materials. Industrial consumers वो होते हैं जो raw materials खरीदते हैं, semi finished product खरीदते हैं, then they make final product out of that. They are known as industrial consumers, not the personal. For example, Maruti Yug Limited buy paint, tins, nuts and bolts, bulbs, batteries, factory supplies. So वो raw material खरीद रहे हैं, वो सो मारुति योग लिमिटेड बाय पेंट टिन्स, सो ये रॉ मटेरियल खरीद रहे हैं फॉर द फाइनल कंजम्पशन। सो दे मारुति योग लिमिटेड आर नोन एज इंडस्ट्रियल कंज्यूमर्स। Okay, it helped to know the distribution between these two, which gave a flash back on the type of consumers. So the term customer can be used for that consumer who make the purchase of product regularly for any organization. Consumer is one who purchase the product for their final consumption, and customer can be used for that consumer who make the purchase of product regularly. जो कस्टमर जो वो होता है जो रेगुलरली परचेज करता है प्रोडक्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ मैगी, इफ़ द कस्टमर इज़ हंग्री, so they are purchasing Maggi from the retail store, so that is known as customer because they are purchasing the product regularly from any organization or a retail store or a shop. Next topic is nature of consumer behavior. Nature of consumer behavior can be understood by the considering following points. So first point is it is affected by other factors. So consumer behavior is affected by various factors. कौन से factors से affect होता है? Marketing, psychological, personal, social, situational. All these factors determine the nature of consumer behavior in the drastic way. For example, people in Punjab purchase costly cars without considering their price and maintenance cost due to the influence of social and cultural factors. So many factors affect the buying behavior of the consumer. Next is it is a process. As we already discussed, it is a decision making process. There are 5 points. First is need recognition, then they search about the information, then they purchase that product, then usage of that product, and post purchase behavior. So it is a collectively a decision making process of the customer. Third point is it is unpredictable. It is an unpredictable process. The behavior of the each consumer will be based on various factors. The factors have alternative characteristics. So it is unpredictable. In that case, consumer will change their behavior according to the purchase of that product. If they like the product, they will purchase that product. If they don't like the product, they will not purchase the product. So it changes according to the situation of the environment. So here is an example of mobile phone. One consumer is purchasing the mobile phone because it has selfie expert camera, and other consumer is purchasing those mobile phone because it is a lightweight set. So consumer buying behavior is unpredictable. It vary from customer to customer. Fourth point is it is different to each consumer. The behavior of each consumer will be different in the same situation and for the same product. Different consumers have different behavior toward the same product. For example, Maruti Suzuki present the same model of its Swift passenger car in 6 different colors such as fire red, glistering grey, granite grey, mysterious violet, pearl arctic white, and silky silver. So it is not compulsory that each consumer will purchase the fire red only. So each consumer or every consumer will be different in the same situation for the same product. They may one consumer may buy the red car, or one may buy the granite gray car, or one may buy the violet. So it differ from customer to customer. Next point is basis of marketing. Consumer behavior influence the marketing function drastically. All the important marketing decisions like product designing, pricing, promotion, packaging, and positioning are. So consumer behavior influence the market functions. If consumer behavior is negative behavior toward the product, then the marketer should change the functions accordingly, and if they have positive function, then they can modify the product or develop the more skills to that product accordingly. So next point है basis of decision making. Various factors of consumer behavior have strong effect on decision making process. Consumer make the purchase decision on the basis of these factors by considering the various aspect जैसे कि lifestyle, status, symbol, age, occupation, and self-esteem, etc. A household make the decision to buy 55 inches LCD because his neighbor is having the same LCD. So household is make the decision according to the status symbol or their self-esteem. So by decision making of the consumer vary according to these factors as well. Next is status determinant. Consumer behavior reflect the status of consumer. A costly mobile handset represent the high status of the person, while low price mobile handset is used by the lower class people. So this is an example of a mobile. अगर महंगा मोबाइल है किसी के पास तो पता लग जाता है कि वो पर्सन बहुत अमीर है, उसका स्टेटस डिपिक्ट हो जाता है. फॉर एग्जांपल आईफोन के एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. एज यू ऑल अवेयर कि अगर किसी के पास आईफोन है, इट मीन्स दैट ही और शी इज़ अ रिच पर्सन, रिच गाय. एंड अगर उसके पास कोई एंड्रॉयड है, कोई सस्ता फ़ोन है, इट मीन्स ही और शी इज़ अ लोअर क्लास पीपल. Next point is it is different to each product. Consumer behavior to each product will be different. Consumer prefer to buy that product which is less costly and more useful than other product. Consumer preferred credit card than debit card because credit offer the facility of borrowing which can be repaid later by the consumer. So it is different to each product. Consumer behavior vary from customer to customer or product to product. If a customer purchases a washing machine which should be delivered on that day that is purchased, so the consumer cannot be used credit card facilities, so they have to purchase on the spot payment only. So it is different to each product. It is dynamic. Consumer behavior is not static, it is variable in nature. So the consumer behavior changes in different situations, in different environment. From one point of time to another point of time, consumer have positive as well as negative attitude toward the product. So it is dynamic in nature. Consumer behavior will change accordingly. I hope up to this the lecture is clear. Next we continue tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.